And we are back. I can't wait to talk about Game of Thrones again, so let's not wait and delve into the next episode called The Spoils of War. And remember, unlike other seasons, this will already be the halfway mark of this season, so let's get into it. So let's start with the focal point of the season so far, Cersei. Man, either she suddenly found a brain, or her kids really were that big of a distraction. For the small amount of people who remember this channel in the video I did of Cersei, I did say she has to start the season on the winning side, so it'll be more interesting and oh so sweeter when she falls. Because I got news for her, it's all downhill from here. Look, even though I saw her winning at the beginning, even I didn't expect such decisive and monumental wins. Man, does he feel dumb. Now, the fact that she isn't going to win anymore does not mean next episode will start badly for her. She is rich again, taking all the goods from the second or even first with all the debt the Lannisters had house, the Tyrells. And let's have a moment of silence for Olenna and the Tyrell house, who gave us two of my more favourite characters, Olenna and Marjorie. May they rest in peace. But Olenna didn't go quietly, revealing to Jaime that she had killed his sweet Joffrey. Cersei, by the way, won't care, because Olenna didn't absolve Tyrion, she just said she had a big part of it. But it will convince Jaime he is innocent. But we will get to Jaime later. Let's return to Cersei. As the trailer shows, she will use gold from the Tyrells to get the Iron Bank on her side, which gives her a new powerful ally, though it would have been hard for them to be her enemy, seeing as Dany, I assume, wouldn't take their money. She's not desperate enough, and as Cersei pointed out, the Iron Bank and Dany disagree about the whole slaves thing. And Dany does not have any middle ground on that subject. They could always try to back the Night King. Anyway, we now have Cersei at the height of her power. She has the money, she controls the sea. I assume she might have more defected lords from the Tyrells and Dorne now that their leaders are dead. Even dividing Dany's remaining army with the fruitless conquering of Casterly Rock. But at least one crack is already beginning to show, and that's Jaime. Now, let's talk about Jaime. I'll start by saying that the thing that surprised me the most about Cersei's streak of wins is the fact that her and Jaime fucked. Even more surprising than Grey Worm and Missandei's fuck, which is not very interesting, but something I just want to say, both involved someone going down on the other. This, I think, is just the show's way of making Cersei fall as hard as possible, because I am 95% sure this will not happen in the books. Though if it will somehow be for the same reason. Also, in the first and recent episode, we saw the rivalry between Jaime and Euron.
I would cheer to see your head mounted on a spike.
All yours. Does she like it gentle or rough? The finger in the bum. Not now.
So here I am. With 1,000 ships and 2 good hands.
More accurately, Euron sees Jaime as a threat, and he will do what he can to drive a wedge between the twins, or even better, kill Jaime, and I wouldn't be surprised if he used their differences about Tyrion to do so. Because like I said before, I believe Jaime will return with the conviction that Tyrion is innocent, but I'm also sure that Cersei won't care or believe it. Because like I and many others think, Jaime will see the truth and at least partly redeem himself, and I think next episode is where we start seeing that, because up until now, he remains surprisingly loyal to Cersei. Let's move on to the north, because even though some of my predictions have nothing to do with the promo, I do want to touch on all we see in it, and a big part of what we see goes down in the north. Here's the thing about this show. So many things happened in the last 6 seasons that it's easy to forget stuff. In the promo, we see someone holding a dagger, and I believe this is Littlefinger, and that it's not just any dagger. A quick refresher for anyone who forgot, after Bran fell while he was still sick, an assassin tried to kill him with the dagger we see in the promo. Of course, Bran did not die, and was saved by his direwolf and his mum. Now, the books indicate that it was Joffrey who hired the assassin. We have no indication, nor does it make sense that Littlefinger had a hand in the assassination. At the time, Littlefinger claimed it was Tyrion's dagger, to help cause a rift between the Lannisters and the Starks, which to his credit worked really, really well. A dagger he later took when Ned was arrested. Now, I believe the reason we go back to the dagger is for one of a few reasons. One is that we will find out Bran knows about Littlefinger's part in Ned's death, which would be bad news for Littlefinger. We don't really know what Bran knows, but this we do know. He is a threat to Littlefinger as the heir to Winterfell. So maybe he actually wants to finish the job this time and kill the cripple for good. Here is what I struggle with. If we assume Bran knows Littlefinger is the reason his dad is dead, and we saw in the latest episode he already kind of convinced Sansa of his powers, any affection Sansa might have for him won't matter, and this is not how Littlefinger will die. Now he might use threats as Lord of the Vale to keep himself alive, and Sansa will have to think of a brilliant plan to get rid of him. But that sounds kind of boring. Because no one likes Littlefinger, it probably won't be that hard. Especially with their assassin sister on the way who can kill him in so many ways. But we'll get to her soon. Let's assume Bran doesn't know and right now care about the threat of the Night King. Littlefinger will still view Bran maybe a bigger threat than Jon, with his claim to the throne, and this is the thing that bugs me more than anything else this season. What will Sansa do? In my first real video on this channel, I said I believe she'll betray Jon, but as of now the show leans more to a fight between her and Littlefinger, which go hand in hand with Bran knowing about Littlefinger betraying Ned. Again, boring. But here's what can happen, and for that we need Arya. Now I went back to season 1 to see if there's any reason for Arya to have a problem with Littlefinger, and she does have one. She saw him standing on the stage doing nothing with her father being killed. And seeing as she can still be as rash as always, maybe she goes after Littlefinger and Sansa together, not killing them, but being angry with them. Angry for doing nothing when her father died, and Sansa might start out protecting and aligning with Littlefinger. What happens after that, we can only assume. Man, I can't wait to find out what's going to happen there. What Arya thinks of Sansa. Will Bran finally be interesting? And why did Podrick fall? Was he just practicing, or did he try and kill Brienne? So either Littlefinger is going to die in the next 2 episodes, maybe we see Brienne killing him in the promo and we'll have a bad, as in boring ending to a great character, or, and please God let it be this, the show will surprise us. Unless you're watching this video, in which case you'll be less surprised. Now to the less interesting part of the promo. Dany is going to take charge and not just listen to Tyrion, and her dragons will burn stuff. Also, Theon still doesn't have a dick. Not even figuratively. One last thing about Jon, who I did not talk about because I assume most of the next episode will involve him mining dragonglass, which is not that interesting. But I do think he will have a scene with the dragons. I think he will get the first clues to his heritage. He might end up riding a dragon and helping Dany like it looks like she asks for in the promo. Though this will mean too quick of a progression, too far-fetched. But I do expect a scene with the dragons. Maybe he will help and he will build a bond with her and the dragons, which will lead to him being a dragon rider when they fight the White Walkers. Man, it's good to be back on YouTube. We are planning on being very active, so look forward to a lot of hopefully interesting videos about Game of Thrones and other stuff I'll find interesting enough to talk about. So like, subscribe, and comment what you think will happen in Season 7. Goodbye and have a great day.